Hey, welcome back, everyone. We are in Pike Hiker's Guide to the Universe, the Star Citizens Universe series, and we're going to finish up here on our voice attack. In our last video, we talked about how to create a loop, and then we talked about how to call a command so that we could run that loop. In this video, we're going to finish up on our maintenance services command. So let's go ahead and open that up and take a look at this. So right now we have a command that says contact, hail, or call, or reach out to maintenance services. And if you remember, that brings up our mobiGlas, and then it clicks on the maintenance button at the bottom of the mobiGlas screen. Then it takes us to the maintenance section where we have the repair button, the restock button, the refuel quantum button, the refuel hydrogen button, the cancel button, and the X button. Okay, so we've kind of been through all that. And that's awesome. You know, we have this command set up, and it can run exactly how it is and won't be a problem. So here we have our command in front of us, and there's a couple of reasons why we're going to consider cleaning it up. First off is we have these button presses in here with coordinates, and they are duplicated. So for example, we have right here when we click on repair that we're moving our coordinates to 412 by 635. And that's also listed down here in when we click full service. And refuel hydrogen, 1313 by 671, that's repeated here under refuel all. And it's also repeated here under full service. So we have the same information listed multiple times in our command. Not optimal. Because if we have to make changes to these coordinates, maybe, I don't know, Star Citizens decides they're going to move the buttons around on the screen. Well, I would have to come into this command and change those coordinates in 3 different places. And that's just in this command. But let's say we wanted to make another command, and instead of bringing up the screen, you know, the maintenance screen and sitting there and having us make multiple selections, maybe we want to do it down and dirty. When we land, we want to say something like, oh, I don't know, maybe engineering, refuel quantum. Or engineering, ask maintenance services to refuel quantum. Maybe you want to say something like weapons, ask maintenance services to restock weapons. Engineering, ask maintenance services to repair the ship. So we could, you know, as you're going through this, you're thinking about, well, you know, there's some possibilities we could be calling some of these things up from other commands. It may be smart to take these commands and move them out and make them separate commands like we did with our loop. In the last video, we took that loop and we put it out there and we made it its own little thing. It's a little command that we could call. Well, it might be smart to do that same thing here. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to clean up this code in the process. So right now, this code is, this command, it's not what I would call extremely long, but it's a little long. And it's also not very clearly defined, right, as far as what we're doing. So when I say, like for example, that we want to do full service, I say that word, we're moving the mouse to cursor screen coordinates, we're waiting and we're left clicking, we're moving the mouse to some screen coordinates, we're left clicking, we're moving the mouse to some screen coordinates, we're left clicking, and then at the end we move our mouse to some more screen coordinates and we left click. Well, that's great. I know what it's doing because, you know, I created it. I kind of know what it's doing. But if someone else were to look at this command, they'd be going, what is this? What does this mean? What is this screen position. What screen are we on? So we don't have anything here that defines those things. So it's not clear to anyone else looking at this command what it's doing. The only person it's clear to is me because, again, I created the command. I know what it's doing. But that's not how things go when you're doing coding. Someone else is always going to be looking at your coding. If I wanted to distribute this out to you to say, hey, you can use this, I wrote it, but you can use it, well, you'd want to be able to come in here and figure out what I was doing and what was going on. And that would be very difficult to do the way this is currently written. Okay? So think of this as like a template. We went through the process. We did some building here. We created a command that was going to work for us. And during that process, we were constantly testing, making changes. So it's not as clean as it should be. So we want to go back and clean it up. So what we're going to do is we're going to get started on doing some of that cleanup. Basically, what I want to do is take anything that's calling coordinates, I want to move it out into a separate command. Okay, so for example, we're moving the mouse here to cursor screen coordinates 848 by 1055. We're waiting for a half a second and then we're left clicking the mouse. Well, I'm going to take all of that and we're going to right click and we're going to do copy. And we're going to copy this. So we're going to do copy. We're going to say OK. And we're going to come down here and we're going to do a new command. And what this new command is going to do is it's going to press the maintenance button. So pretty much that's what this command does. It presses the maintenance button once we've called up the mobiGlass. And then it presses the maintenance button. So I'm going to create a category here. We're going to call this what do I want to call it? It's not really buttons, but that's, well, let's call it that for now. Button coordinates. Until I come up with a better word for this. Okay, so we're going to call it button coordinates for right now, is our category that this is going to fall into. All right, so press the maintenance button is part of our button coordinates. Now we're going to come up here into our maintenance services, and what we're going to do is we're going to delete these three coordinates because we don't need them anymore. And instead what we're going to do is we're going to do an other voice attack action. We're going to execute another command. And the command we're going to execute is going to be press the maintenance button. So all we're going to do is make a command out here that says press the maintenance button. Now, right here, we have a command that brings up the mobiGlass, which is press F1, pause for a second, left click the mouse. So let's copy that. Say OK. Let's duplicate this, press the maintenance button, and let's call this bring up mobiGlass. And we want to get rid of everything that's in here and paste in our command. So press the F1 key, hold it for 1/10 of a second, and then we're going to wait. And that's just called bring up mobiGlass. All right, so let's just say that's also one of our commands. Now, it's part of the button controller coordinates, so since I copied it from the other one, let's rename this. Because I want to kind of keep them all together. So let's just say it's not really pressing any buttons, but we're going to call it press. Press a button to bring up the mobiGlass. Because I want it down here under, I want to keep these things kind of coordinated or close together if I can. All right. So now let's go back up to maintenance services. And we want to get rid of this F1 through left mouse click because we just put that into a separate entity. All right. And what we're going to do is we're going to duplicate this item. We'll come up here and we'll say that this is now going to be press a button to bring up the mobiGlass. All right, so as soon as we say the command contact maintenance services, we're going to press a button to bring up the mobiGlass, and then we're going to press the maintenance button on that mobiGlass screen. Okay, and we're going to wait till it completes. So now we have some more. So now we have the repair button. All right, so let's go ahead and copy this. Say OK. Let's come down here and duplicate this. I'm going to call this press the repair button. We'll get rid of everything inside and we'll paste in our coordinates for the repair button. Okay, now I could be unchecking this when I say, but we'll come back and do that later. All right, and let's just go ahead and duplicate this. Since we're here, let's call this press the restock button. Clear out these, well, we really only need to clear out this one line of coordinates here. The rest of this is always the same, right? So we'll come back and do that in a second. So let's see here. We're going to duplicate that again. This is going to be press the refill hydrogen button. Okay, duplicate it again. Refuel quantum button. Say OK. Duplicate it again. Press the cancel button. And we'll leave that for right now. We'll think about that later. And then we're going to duplicate this. And this is going to be press the confirm button. So I think we have all our buttons. We have cancel, confirm, hydrogen, quantum, repair, and restock. All right, so let's go back up to maintenance services. Let's look at the next one, which is the repair. So let's copy this. I can't remember if I did it already. Let's go down here to press the repair button. Yeah, we already did it, I think, but we'll paste it in here and just delete it. Let's go back up into maintenance. Let's get the restock. Uh-oh, I've lost my coordinates for restock. Let's copy refuel hydrogen. Paste it in there and get rid of this 412. Say OK. Let's come back up to maintenance. Go to quantum, get the coordinates. Come down here to press the quantum button. Paste. Get rid of the 412. Say OK. Let's come back up here to maintenance services. So we've got refuel hydrogen. We've got we'll figure out the restock. Refuel quantum. Refuel all. And here is our last button here on full service, which is the confirm, right? So we're going to copy that. Paste this. Move it. Get rid of the 412. Say OK. That's our confirm. And now we have to find the cancel, which if we say cancel, these are the coordinates we should be going to. Let's come down here to our cancel button. Paste that in and get rid of the 412. All right, so now this is not refuel cancel button, this is just cancel button. And this is not the refuel confirm button, this is just the confirm button. Okay, so these are just button coordinates. This is just where these coordinates are, and kind of the pauses included in keeping those. So we have restock at 412, repair at 412. So we've got to figure out what happened with our restock. So I'm going to go back here to well, I don't have the restock coordinates. So I'm going to pause the video. I'm going to go find my restock coordinates and put them in there. And I'll be right back. All right, so I've got my restock coordinates back. So let's copy those and come down here to our restock button and paste them in here. All right, so we have all the buttons we need ready to go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to come up here to maintenance services, and we're going to get rid of all of these mouse clicks that we're using in this code, right? And we're going to replace it with a command. So when we say repair, we want to execute a command. And the command we're going to execute is the press the repair button. And we're going to wait for it to complete. When we hit the restock button, what we're going to do is execute a command called press the restock button. I think you can kind of see where we're going here. When I say refuel hydrogen, we're going to call the command refuel hydrogen. And then when we want to refuel quantum, we're going to press the command. Keep right clicking there, but that doesn't work. We're on refuel quantum. Okay. And then when we do the refuel all, pretty much what we're doing is the two refuels, right? So we're going to get rid of this, and we're going to copy this, and we're going to paste it down here. Try and keep it in order. We're going to copy this one, and we're going to paste it here. Okay, so I'm going to execute the command, wait a half a second, execute the command. To refuel hydrogen, the refuel quantum. So we don't need this because that's handled for us. We don't need that. We don't need that. So we're just going to press those two buttons when we say refuel all. When we do full service, we're going to get rid of all this. I'm going to come up here and press the repair button. copy, paste, the restock button, copy, paste, get rid of this, this, and this. We're going to get the refuel hydrogen button, copy, paste, get rid of this, this, and this. Do the refuel quantum, copy, paste, get rid of these three, and then we're going to do the confirm, right? So we need to find our confirm button. Don't think I have it yet, so we'll do pause here. We'll do other executed command, confirm. Okay, and we'll get rid of these. Okay, so what we're going to do is execute the command, repair, press the restock, press the refuel, press the quantum, and press the confirm button. If we say cancel, then all we're going to do is execute the cancel command, press the cancel button. This can go away. And when we say nothing else, that's just the confirm button. So we're just going to copy this since we already have it, paste it, and get rid of these mouse clicks. All right, and one more that we need to do is down here at the end condition. This is our cancel command. So we're going to copy this, and we're going to paste it down here. Paste the cancel command and get rid of these three clicks. All right. So what we've done is gotten rid of all the coordinates out of this command, right? So that we're not using them anymore. We are calling a function, or we're calling another command that holds the coordinates. So again, that helps us clean up our code. That also makes more sense, because now if I come here and try and read this, I'm setting the spoken command, which makes sense. Then I'm going to execute a command that presses a button to bring up the mobi-glass. Then I'm going to execute a command that presses the maintenance button, right? And then we're going to say this stuff. So we got to figure we're now on the maintenance screen. Then we're going to come here, and when you say repair, I'm going to press the repair button. If you say restock, I'm going to press the restock button, right? So we've got all this. And then if we say full service, we're just going to go through all the button presses. If I say cancel, we're going to press the cancel button. And if I say nothing else, we're going to press the confirm button. If we don't say anything, then we're going to come down here and press the cancel button and say, I didn't hear you say anything. Right? So all of that kind of makes sense. And it's also much more readable now, right? I kind of know what is going on with this command. That's excellent. And then I also have down here now all these button coordinate commands that if I needed to change the location of the cancel button, I could very easily come in here and just redo the coordinates on this. Now I have the ability to make more commands. Like I was saying at the beginning, maybe we don't always want to say reach out to maintenance services. Maybe we want to say engineering, reach out to maintenance services, and repair the ship. That would be a totally different command, right? And then all we would need to do is do some of these steps. We would press a button to bring up the mobi-glass. We would press a button, wait till it completes to bring up the maintenance button, and then we would press the repair button and we would move that up here. We wouldn't need all these if-then statements because they don't come into play anymore. We'd have a lot smaller command up here just to do the repair. But it would be a different command that we're calling, and then we could still play some voices to confirm that it heard what we said and some sound files, right? And now we can make a lot of commands that utilize these little function buttons here. And all of these little function buttons have the information stored in them that we need if, for example, Star Citizen makes a change to where their button coordinates are, or if your screen is not set to the same as my screen, right? You're not using the same resolution. You would have to adjust these. But you would only have to adjust these in one place, and you wouldn't ever have to go in here and adjust maintenance services. So you can see the benefits of cleaning up when we're working with commands like this. And I think that's where I'm going to stop. I mean, it's kind of how you do coding. You're constantly looking for ways to improve your code, and you're constantly looking at, can this code be reused somewhere else? If it can be reused somewhere else, then maybe you want to consider making it a different command and its own little thing, and that way you can call it from all these other commands. And overall, your coding is shorter when you do these kinds of things, right? So in our maintenance services, again, we're much shorter here in what we did. Now, technically, based on what I'm seeing, I don't think I even need these 5 half-second pauses here between the commands. By calling another command, right, there's an automatic, I don't know how short or how fast the delay is, but by executing this command, there's a delay. And in that command, there's also a little bit of a delay. I don't think we need these, right? So we could clear them out and see if it actually works in the program, or we can definitely change them so that they're not a half a second. They really don't need to be a half a second, right? So we can say 0.2, not 2 seconds, no, 0.2. I don't even think they need to be that, to be honest with you. Let's see, how many places do we have this? All right, so we're going to change them all. So we're just going to right click, not right click, we're going to double click. We're going to do a mass update. We're going to make it 0.2 everywhere. So it updated all of my commands to be 0.2 of a second there in my pausing. And here. All right, so that's pretty much it. That's going to be it for this command. And then we'll go ahead and test it just to make sure it's still working. Now, I can't say for sure that it's going to work in the game. I'll have to test that in the game to make sure that my coordinates didn't get broken. But we're going to call it and see what happens. Okay, it's not letting me click this off for some reason. Fine. Contact maintenance services.
Welcome to the automated menu for maintenance services. Please say, repair, restock, refuel hydrogen, refuel quantum, refuel all, full service, or cancel to exit the automated menu.
Repair.
Anything else?
Restock.
Anything else?
Refuel.
Anything else?
Refuel quantum.
Anything else?
Cancel.
Your order has been cancelled. See you next time.
Not sure why my Alt and F2 is not working to turn that off. But anyway, yeah, so our program is still flowing. The only thing we have to do now is just go into the game and check it and make sure that everything is still working the way it's supposed to. It's pressing all the buttons the way it's supposed to, and everything is good to go there. I'll go ahead and get the program loaded up. We'll go ahead and run this, and we'll make sure that we can still use this inside the game. And then I'll consider this done. So I'm going to put this on pause, and I'll be back here in just a few minutes after I get the game loaded up. Alright, so here we are in our ship. We're going to go ahead and turn on our voice attack. Contact maintenance services.
Welcome to the automated menu for maintenance services. Please say, repair, restock, refuel hydrogen, refuel quantum, refuel all, full service, or cancel to exit the automated menu.
Repair.
Anything else?
Restock.
Anything else?
Refuel hydrogen.
Anything else?
Refuel quantum.
Anything else?
Repair.
Anything else?
Cancel.
Your order has been cancelled. See you next time.
Right, so it looks like our commands are working. So I added another command just to prove the point here. So I created one that uses some of the same features. We'll see if it works. Engineering, contact maintenance service for ship repairs.
As you wish.
Alright, so what that did was went through. Alright, here's what it did. It did F1. It pressed this button. It came over here and it hit restock. I saw it turn on. And then it came over and hit confirm. Right? And just sent a message back. So we'll give it a couple of seconds and we'll see if that goes away. The repair, because it should have already been done. So let's do that again. F1. Okay, yeah, so it just takes a second for the game to catch up, but that command actually worked. So again, that was a simple telling engineering that I wanted to contact maintenance services for ship repairs. I'm using the same commands that we created, which was bring up the Moby glass, you know, press the repair button, or sorry, press the maintenance button, then press the repair button, then press the confirm button, and give me a confirmation. Right, so now I have the ability to use all those different kinds of commands. Right, I think that's going to be it. Don't fire your... I don't know why you're allowed to fire your guns while you're sitting here at the space station. I thought this was an armistice zone. But evidently, a lot of things are changing in this game constantly.
I have been authorized to scan your vehicle for security purposes. Please halt your vehicle and stand by.
Thank you. Okay, so here's the little command I just created, and took me, now that I had the rest of it done, it took me about less than 5 minutes to do. So again, all I did was say engineering, contact maintenance services for repair, and then we played a random sound, executed, press a button to bring up the Moby glass, executed the command, press the maintenance button, executed the command, press the repair button, and then executed the command to press the confirm button. Okay, so that's all this command does now. So that's going to conclude this little tutorial here on how to create your own little custom maintenance services command to bring up the screen and do all those kind of things, and also to do some of the cleanup. So some of the cleanup that we could do here would be at the end of this condition. We may want to clear out any variables that we created. So for example, the variables that we created were, let's see here, var1, so we could clear out var1. That appears to be about the only thing we're really using here anymore on this particular command would be the var1. So we don't need to write the var1 to the log anymore, so we're going to delete that part of it. And then the only thing I might add here would be to do other advanced, set a text value, and let's do var1, and we're going to clear the variable and set it to not set. And that would be the last part of our command, just the last little piece of cleanup to take that var1 and just change it back to not set. That way, if anything else in here was to try and run and use this var1 without it being initialized, we wouldn't have to worry about it because we cleared it out and made it not set, so it wouldn't interfere with anything else. That would be the last little piece of cleanup that I would probably do here. And that's going to be it for this series. So I hope you learned something. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them below, and I will try to answer them as best I can. If I did something that confused you or said something that confused you, please let me know, and I will try to straighten it out by answering any comments you have. But again, that's going to be it until the next video. Thanks for watching. I know this was a long process, and again, hope you learned something. We'll catch you on the next one. All right, thanks guys. Bye-bye.